guys, I'm Jill Powell. I know I never wear this dark of a lip, but I want to show you all of my tips and tricks on how to get a beautiful, perfect, precise lip that will stay all night and won't budge. Hey guys, I'm Jill Powell, and everybody always asks me what are some tips that you have for keeping lipstick on. So there are long wear lipsticks, but not everybody loves those because they can dry your lips out. Here are all of my tips for keeping your lipstick on. Number one, start with a clean slate. So I have nothing on my lips. If you have a balm, make sure you blot it off. You want to make sure your lips are actually a little bit, dry, or remove any product that you have. I do like to take a powder. A lot of times I'll take like a powder foundation. This one's Laura Mercier, and I will just completely blot out the color, make sure that they're nice and dry, and that way when you put your products on top of it, they stay really well. So step one, powder out your lips. Some people will use concealer. Concealer can also, if it's too emollient, can make it like a little too slippery, so I like to use powder. Number two, you can always do a lip primer. I really love the Too Faced lip primer. I don't know if they make it anymore. I am out of it in my kit. So the other option is using an eyeshadow primer. So you can use something like Urban Decay Primer Potion and just apply this along your lips. This will help to make sure everything stays. It can be a little bit drier, so you do need to be careful, but just using a little bit can definitely help. So I'm gonna put some around my lips. My next step, using a lip liner. So I'm gonna do a dark lip so that you guys can see it. You wanna use a lip liner that's either long wear or something that's, again, a little bit more of a drier consistency. This one is not long wear, but I'm gonna show you some tips to make it long wear. If you have a long wear lip pencil, that's even better because those are gonna be more waterproof and help to stay on. So I'm going to line my lips with this pencil, and I'm not gonna be talking while I do this because I need to keep my lips straight. So. I make my lips a little bit bigger, so just watch and learn. You can also fill in a little bit, because having that lip liner as a base will help it to stay on. Okay. Now we're gonna move on to lipstick. This is very dark for me. I'm gonna use kind of a matte lipstick, but it's not super, super matte, so it does have some cream to it. And by me blending my lips like this, I'm actually extending my lip line just a little bit. And then I'm going to correct a little bit of the lip liner. And I don't have very big lips. I have medium-sized lips, so I do like to make them a little bit bigger, especially when I'm wearing dark colors, because it just makes them look nicer. I could extend my upper lip a little bit more. And I'm just checking for symmetry. Okay, so now here is where you can do a lot of layers, but before I do all the layers, I am going to correct a little bit of the outside. I find that when you're doing a darker lip or a red lip, it's really, really clean when you correct the outer edge with a little bit of concealer. So I have my concealers in this palette, and I like to use a drier consistency of concealer, just because then it doesn't move or, you know, create too much creaminess. And I'm using like a flat concealer brush. You can also use a really tiny brush, and you're gonna come in and just clean up the edge. And this will brighten around the edge just a little bit and make it look really crisp. And notice how slow I'm going. It's important not to rush this because you don't want to mess up your lines. Okay, so now that I have cleaned up my edges, I want to make sure that I blend that so you don't have just like a white line around your lips. So now this is where you can do your layers. So go ahead and blot gently. Apply another layer of lipstick. Be careful of your edges. It's very dark and very purple. And when you feel that you have the right consistency and color, this is where you can set your lips. So you can use a translucent powder. I personally, one thing I forgot, be right back. So using a translucent powder, there's two ways you can do this. You can either take a small brush and go along your lipstick with the translucent powder. It will mattify it, it'll help it to last longer. Another trick I like to do is through a tissue. So if you make a tissue one ply, if you separate it so that you only have one ply of tissue, and then you put it on top of your lips, and then take the powder and press the powder through. You actually won't get as much powder going through, but you'll get a lot of the like staying power. So just like this. And it mats it out. You don't get any transfer on your brush. You get the powder going through the tissue. If it's not enough for you, if you want it more matte, definitely take that powder and you can go straight onto your lips like this. And notice I press my lips together to set. This will just help it to make it more matte, help it to last, and it basically sets your lipstick. The last trick is you want to remove anything that's too close so that it doesn't get on your teeth. So all of that could have ended up on my teeth. So we'll remove that. And this lipstick should last me all night. Okay, so just to recap, there's lots of ways that you can do lips, but if you want them to stay on and if you want them to look really perfect and precise, make sure, number one, you use your pressed powder to blot out your lips. If you have a lot of color in your lips, you may need to use a concealer first, followed by a powder. Then you're gonna go in with your primer. So if you have a lip primer, if you don't, you can use an eyeshadow primer that is more of a liquid base, and just use a tiny bit to help the stay power. Then you're gonna go in with your lip liner. If you really want it to stay put, try to find a longwear lip liner or a waterproof lip liner. There's so many brands that make them and they're awesome. And you're gonna line your entire lip. If you wanna fill in as well, that will help the stay power of your lipstick. Then you're gonna apply your lipstick all over. You're going to blot and then apply a second layer. You can then use a concealer. Remember, you wanna go for a drier based concealer and just clean up all the edges. And last but not least, you're gonna take a translucent powder with a tissue and set your lips to make them stay in place. So those are my tips to make your lips look so perfect and to stay all day. And let me know if you guys have tried any of these tricks or if you have any more. I'd love to see them in the comments below. And don't forget to let me know what videos you wanna see next. Thanks again for watching my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below what you want to see next. All of the products used in my video are also linked below. And if you want to see more, follow me anywhere at Jill Powell Glam. Thanks again.